Nations Security Council as the United States assumes its presidency. Undersecretary General DiCarlo, thank you for welcoming me here today. Your generosity reflects the dignity with which you hold your post. Thank you for your warm welcome, United Kingdom, France, Russian Federation, China, Greece, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Denmark, Panama, Liberia, Somalia, Colombia, Pakistan, Bahrain, and Latvia. Collectively, your mission to maintain security while upholding the responsibility of preventing conflict during times of both war and peace is significant, must be applied evenly, and should never be carried out lightly. Peace does not need to be fragile. Enduring peace will be achieved when knowledge and understanding are fully valued within all societies. The value placed on education by nations' leaders shape the core of their country's belief system. A nation that makes learning sacred protects its books, its language, its science, and its mathematics. It protects its future. This leads to something powerful, to greater understanding, moral reasoning, and tolerance of others. Peace. Children raised in a culture rooted in intelligence develop confidence, innovate, build, compete, and maintain a deep value system. Their knowledge fosters empathy for others, transcending geography, religion, race, gender, and even local norms. They become caring people. But children raised in culture rooted in ignorance are surrounded by disorder and sometimes even conflict. These societies are filled with rigid thinkers who embrace prejudice and shun human dignity. When a nation restricts thought, it restricts its own future. Education is widely recognized as a fundamental human right, and yet today, so many children and young adults are banned from attending secondary schools and universities. The cost is not abstract. Imagine the loss of potential to our collective humanity, new medical breakthroughs, advancement in food security, groundbreaking technologies, all gone. A society that excludes vast segments of its population can realize only a fraction of its potential. Societies ruled by knowledge and wisdom are therefore more peaceful. We must cultivate a just moral imagination for the next generation, for our children, building an infrastructure of understanding. Knowledge is a power. It shapes titans of industry and inspires courageous social pioneers. We must capture this positive energy and ignite it across continents to transform our world throughout our digitally connected human race. Intellect blossoms humanity's fundamental needs: shelter, food security, clean water, and healthcare. And predictably, almost all communities will have access to knowledge within our lifetimes. The global community must facilitate complete access to technology so that every individual can reach their full potential through education. We must strive to achieve connectivity in the most remote locations and the furthest distances from our cities. This objective is entirely feasible and is already on the way. Today, roughly 6 billion individuals, about 70% of people on planet Earth, have a mobile device and use the internet. If our nations band together, we can close the technological divide, empowering all to reach their full potential. From a solitary farmer on a remote Greek island to a quiet genius in Somalia or a dreamer in uptown Manhattan, anyone can read the vast treasury of human knowledge created over centuries, which is now codified and accessible through artificial intelligence. As a single digital nation state inevitable, perhaps this idea isn't so far-fetched, since digital currency and payment system via blockchain plus AI's massive factual database is already revolutionizing media and financial markets. We are in the age of imagination, a period where technology can be free and unrestricted by land borders. Indeed, now is the time for our generation to elevate our children above ideology through access to wisdom. AI is democratizing knowledge, which was once confined to university libraries. AI is creating a new reality for our children by distributing the traditional academic path to information. Today, almost anyone, anywhere can access a vast universe of data in the palm of their hand. Let's connect everyone to knowledge through AI, including those in the most remote geographic regions of our world. Look at what this truly means. In a matter of seconds, without travel, one can quickly learn about another's beliefs, religions, customs, and histories. We are open, and it is empowering. AI can provide us with an understanding of each other's needs and the needs of our children. AI is redefining who gets to participate in the global economy of ideas. I believe our shared intellect future will prove to be a more secure, harmonious, advanced civilization. The path to peace depends on us taking responsibility to empower our children through education and technology. Conflict arises from ignorance, but knowledge creates understanding, replacing fear with peace and unity. Security Council members, I encourage you to pledge to safeguard learning in our communities and promote access to heightened education for all. I implore you to build a future generation of leaders who embrace peace through education. Thank you. I resume my function as President of the Council. I give the floor to the representative of Greece.
Thank you, Madam President. First Lady of the United States, Ms. Melania Trump, I would like to thank you for chairing this important meeting and for highlighting one of the most urgent challenges of our time, the growing intersection between children, technology.
That was a live look at the United Nations Security Council meeting. First Lady Melania Trump is the first First Lady to preside over a UN Security Council session, which is centering on children, technology, education, and conflict, including the protection of children in conflict zones. During her time as First Lady, she launched the Be Best initiative, which prioritized children well-being online safety, education, AI responsibility, and she tied that work to today's discussion on children caught in war zones. Rosemary DiCarlo, the UN Undersecretary General for Political and Peacebuilding Affairs, said this session is especially relevant right now. She noted the world is experiencing the highest number of armed conflicts since World War II, with children bearing a disproportionate share of the suffering. She said schools are closed across parts of the Middle East due to the war. She also confirmed an investigation is underway into reports that a strike in Iran may have hit an elementary school, resulting in child casualties. Globally, 1 in 5 children is living in or fleeing a conflict zone, and violations against children, including killings, maiming, rape, sexual, and violence, increased from 2023 to 24. The message from the council today: in modern warfare, children are not just collateral damage, they're often the most vulnerable targets. Still to come on One American News, Iranian Americans gather in the streets of New York. More on their gratitude towards President Trump next.
With riots and violent looting going on all over the country, I don't feel safe leaving the house without this banana. Normally, I would be worried about this creepy guy, but I've got my banana with me. That same car has been sitting outside my house for a while now. Better keep this banana by the door.
Sounds ridiculous, right? Now imagine this banana was capable of incapacitating an attacker from over 60 feet.
At Berna, we don't sell bananas. Go to Berna.com to learn more.
President Trump continues to make America great again as he begins the second year of his historic term in office. Make sure your kids know the secret behind his presidential punch with the Kids Guide to President Trump. Get it as part of our free President Trump bundle by scanning the QR code on your screen or going to freetrumpbundle.com. Make sure your kids are getting the full story. Use the QR code on your screen to get your President Trump bundle now or go to freetrumpbundle.com.
Tired of the hassle and high costs of selling a home? We can help. At Ideal Agent, we'll connect you with a top local agent that'll sell your home fast for top dollar, and all this for as low as a 2% commission.
We got the top dollar for our house and the lowest commission that I could have imagined. The house sold in 2 days. It was so exciting for us.
Ideal Agent is available nationwide, there's no obligation, and best of all, our service is completely free. Call today or visit idealagent.com.
The Vietnam Veterans Memorial, one of the most visited sites in the National Mall. In 1981, a design from 21-year-old artist Maya Lin was selected in a huge national competition, and the next year the monument was built. Made entirely of black granite, it stands over 10 feet tall and spans almost 500 feet long. The over 58,000 inscribed names represent troops who died or never made it home. The memorial also features 2 sculptures, one depicting the various races of the young men who fought, and another honoring the 250,000 women who volunteered during the war. May we never forget the names of those who sacrificed everything so we wouldn't have to. You're watching One America News. Your nation, your news.
2 people are dead in a suspected murder-suicide at an Alabama hospital. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office in Birmingham identified the victim today. At 24 years old, Alicia Johnson appears to be shot first, and then 19-year-old Kenneth Terry appeared to then turn the gun on himself. The shooting happened on the 5th floor of the hospital, where women are usually taken after delivering a baby. There was not a baby in the room at the time of the shooting. No one else was injured. Now, the relationship between Terry and Johnson and the baby has not been disclosed.
President Trump!
We love you!
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 Hundreds of Iranian Americans take to the streets of New York in celebration of the U.S.-led Iranian attacks. Demonstrators gathered near the United Nations Sunday to voice support for Operation Epic Fury. Many in the crowd described the attack as a necessary response after nearly 5 years of an oppressive rule under the current regime. Protesters carried Iranian and American flags, called for freedom and regime change, thanking President Trump for authorizing the operation. American voters are split over President Trump's Operation Epic Fury. In recent Morning Consult poll, 41% of respondents said Trump's strikes on Iran were necessary to prevent the Islamic Republic from developing nukes. However, 42% said the president should have struck negotiations with the Iranians. Trump launched the strikes in coordination with Israel as Iran refused to halt uranium enrichment. A separate Reuters Ipsos poll found most Republicans praised Trump for taking out the Ayatollah and sinking several of their naval ships.
Undertaking this massive operation